Now, my next question is, there's a 21-year-old female who died from the Moderna vaccine. She had an antiphospholipid syndrome, which is an autoimmune disease. Now, the vaccine was never tested on people with autoimmune diseases. Why haven't you put a warning label on the actual vaccine to warn people that if they have an antiphospholipid syndrome, which is 1 in 2,000 people, higher than the rate of multi-inflammatory disease that you've said 1 in 3,000, why haven't you put a warning label on the vaccine to warn people about that?
Senator, again, I've got to pick you up on your science. First of all, antiphospholipid syndrome is actually even a bit more common than that. It might be 1% of people. So it's a considerably common condition. And because it was a common condition, early in the rollout of the vaccines, it was indeed studied whether people with antiphospholipid syndrome had an increased risk after vaccination. And there were international studies carried out, published in the world's top medical journals. A study using Italian patients, a study using Turkish patients, and I believe the third study was done in British patients. And let me just quote from one of them. The COVID vaccine does not increase the risk of thrombolytic events among patients with antiphospholipid syndromes, according to study results published in Rheumatology. Rheumatology is a top journal which would cover people with antiphospholipid syndromes. I then go to the patient group. There's actually a patient support group in the UK for people who have antiphospholipid syndrome. And I will read from their web advice to patients. There is no evidence to suggest that patients with antiphospholipid syndrome were at increased risk of complications from the available COVID vaccines.
Okay, thank you.
Authorised G. Rennick, LNP Chermside.